So I just received an email from a viewer, and I decided, let me get online and discuss this particular email. And the email said, "Hey Jay, I want to know if Dominican Republic is still a good place for brothers to come and retire and live." And I responded, "Absolutely, man. Why would it not be?" And he said, "Well, I've been hearing everybody's leaving Dominican Republic now and going to other places." I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Who is everybody? I mean, how many people have you heard that was leaving, Dominican Republic and going elsewhere?" He said, "About 5 people." I said, "Brother, unless you was in a room with a total of 5 people and all of them got up and left, then by no stretch of imagination is 5 considered everybody." And it's definitely not everybody in a country full of 10 or 11 million people. Matter of fact, if 5 people leave a country of 10 million people, nobody would even notice. You know what I'm saying? So 5 is not everybody. But I get his point. I get what he's saying. And what he's saying is everybody that he knows or everybody that he follows or everybody that he's associated with is probably leaving Dominican Republic and going somewhere else. And my answer to that is really nothing. I think people should go wherever they feel they're treated best, where they feel comfortable, where they're at peace, wherever makes them happy. That's just how I feel. And if people want to leave Dominican Republic, they can. People are leaving everywhere. People are leaving the United States because they don't feel like they're being treated best. People are leaving Brazil. People are leaving Colombia. People are leaving Philippines. People are leaving Thailand. People are leaving Canada. So people are leaving and going wherever they choose and wherever they feel like they're treated best. So, but I wanted to talk about this because this is not the first time that I've heard someone ask a comment like this or make a comment like this. Even before I started my channel, my wife used to get messages like this where people would ask them, "Is this still a good? Is Dominican Republic still a good place to come? Because such and such person is leaving, or I've heard such and such person is leaving, or I'm hearing that it's not the same anymore." And my response to anyone who asks that question, it doesn't matter where you go, whether it's Dominican Republic, whether it's South America, whether it's Southeast Asia, whether it's Eastern Europe, doesn't matter. Your lifestyle will determine or shape your experience in a particular country. For example, if you're coming here to Dominican Republic and all you want to do is just hang out and party and drink, of course, you can do that here. But your experience and the results that you're going to get are going to reflect that lifestyle. If you come here and you're married and you have a family and you're doing family things, your experience is going to be totally different than the person that I just mentioned. And I'm not saying that there's something wrong with either lifestyle. I mean, that's for you to determine. That's not for me to determine. But what I'm saying is it's going to be totally different. For a person who comes here and that's all they want to do is party, hang out, I mean, they're out to the wee hours in the morning. A person that's married typically is not like that, like myself. I'm rarely out after 10 o'clock. I'm in the house. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm in the bed at 10. So I'm typically not even out in the streets after, maybe 8, 9 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out, I don't go out that much. Know what I'm saying? Regardless of what people may think when they see my shorts and thinking about me and my wife just out, just partying, doing that. Nah, I mean, we do go and have fun, but it's not like that. So your lifestyle is going to determine the type of experience you have. So I say that to say, if you're basing your results and your experience on someone whose lifestyle doesn't align with yours, then you're making the wrong decision. Just say if I wanted to move to, let's just say Brazil, and I'm looking at YouTube channels or I'm, talking to people who are single guys and I'm asking them, "Hey, what's your experience over in Brazil? Blah, 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 blah." they're going to give me the experience from a single guy. They're not going to give me experience as a married couple with a family that's moving to Brazil, because they don't live that lifestyle, so they don't know what it's like. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't provide valuable information, because there are certain things, regardless of whether you're married or single or whatever, that's a part of the culture of the country you're going to, and that's going to remain the same regardless of what your status is or what you're going over there to do. So not saying you can't grab value from it, but let's be honest, your everyday lifestyle is not going to be like that. For example, people say, oh, you got to watch yourself when you're in Dominican Republic because people will try to take advantage of you. They'll try to overcharge you and things like that. And I'm not saying that that's not true. But what I'm saying is, if I want to stay away from being overcharged, I just go to places where they have the prices on the menu, on the clothes, on the food, things like that. I don't have to deal with that. So when you hear people say, oh, you got to watch this, you got to watch that, you got to watch this, you do. It depends on your lifestyle. That's not my lifestyle. My lifestyle is I shop at regular grocery stores. I go to gas stations with a price at. I go to the mall if I want some clothes, the prices on the clothes, and I go to restaurants where, you know, the prices on the menu. So I don't run across people trying to overcharge me. And if I do have to deal with something, or a shade tree mechanic or a shade tree electrician or plumber, I let my wife do it. So my experience is going to be different than someone who's over here single and they don't have that support system maybe, and they have to do things on their own. So you have to look at a person's lifestyle and see if it aligns with the lifestyle you want to live, to see if you may get the similar results. If you're coming over here as a single guy and you want to know about the dating scene and how to maneuver as a single man, I may not be the guy that you need to talk to. You may need to find someone who lives that life, because they can navigate it better for you than I can. But if you are a married guy and you have a family and you want to know what it's like to live over here as a family, I'm your guy. Or I might be your guy. I could be one of your guys, put it like that. I could be one of your guys that can help you navigate that, because that's the lifestyle I live. Because your experience can be more similar to mine than someone who's single. Now, I'm also say this too, just because you're married and I'm married and I get certain results, that doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna get the same results, because at the end of the day, it's the lifestyle. Because you could be married and you could stay in the barrio and your results gonna be different than mine in terms of everyday living, because I don't live in the barrio. So there's a lot of things that you have to look at to determine, or help you determine, what your results are going to look like. Don't just listen to people say, hey man, you know, hey, I had a bad experience. Oh, this girl did this to me, or this guy tried to hustle me, or I was living here and they tried to do this. You got to know the lifestyle that these people live in. And I say this the same way for me. Don't just listen to me because I'm saying, oh, I'm having a great experience, and you're a single guy, you think you're going to come over here and have the same experience, because you may not. All I'm saying is figure out whose lifestyle closely or more closely aligns to yours, and that'll help you determine the type of results that you'll possibly get. Nobody knows 100% if you're going to get the same results. You know what I'm saying? So, and I wanted to make this clear, because moving to another country is a huge step. And I know guys want to make, or guys and gals want to make the right decision. And I'm not saying anything wrong with the guy asking me that, because I think it's a great question to ask. But I also wanted people to understand is, just because someone else has a bad experience doesn't mean you're going to have a bad experience. And just because somebody has a good experience don't mean you're going to have a good experience. And I would say this also, that I don't buy the fact that everybody's leaving Dominican Republic. Because of those 5 people that this particular person mentioned, who I don't know who they are, I've met or know 5 people who've actually moved here just in the last 3 months. And I know more than that who have moved here in the last maybe year or two that I personally know. So this notion that everybody's leaving is not true. Some people are leaving and there are some people coming in. So guys, if you still want to come to Dominican Republic, if this is the place that you think you want to be, come here, check it out. Like I say, everybody's experience is going to be different. Me personally, y'all know how I feel about Dominican Republic, how I feel about living in Santo Domingo. I personally love it. And I personally haven't had any negative experience the last 3.5 years I've been here. And I attribute that to my lifestyle. Listen, I'm a family man. I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I'm a businessman. I don't have time to focus on anything else but that. So guys, keep that in mind as you start making your decision and determining where you want to go. Like I say, this is just not for Dominican Republic. It could be anywhere. Because I know you look at these YouTube videos and you see these guys doing this, they doing that, they doing this, and they doing that. And listen, it looks fun, it looks exciting, but if that lifestyle that you're watching doesn't align with what you're trying to do, you may not get those same results. So until then, remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're going to live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.
You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know.